What's going on? My name is Alex from PatsFit.com. In this video, I'm going to give you 11 quick helpful tips on how to get lean muscle. Alright, so the first tip that I have for you today is eat more than one time a day. You need to get enough calories in your system. That way your body is not down-regulating itself and it's not just putting you more at a plateau. If you're not getting enough calories, your body's then gonna start telling you to not do much of anything at that point. So you're gonna get tired, you're gonna get sluggish, you're gonna feel like you don't wanna really do anything. Well, that's because your body knows that it's not gonna get enough calories, and so it's down-regulating itself, and it's not gonna output what you're inputting. And the whole key is to output more than what you're inputting at that point, all right? So eat more than one time a day, make sure you're getting enough calories in your system. All right, so tip number 2 is gonna be eat more protein. So protein makes you feel more satiated, so feeling that fullness feeling, and then it's also higher on the thermic effect. So thermic effect basically just means whenever you eat a piece of chicken, your body's then going to use 20 to 30% of those calories in that chicken to digest it. So whenever you're eating that chicken, you're not really consuming that whole entire amount of calories that chicken holds. You're actually consuming 20 to 30% less. So whenever you eat it, you're actually digesting less because your body's using those calories to digest it. Okay, so tip number 3 is going to be kind of tied into tip number 2, and that's going to be eat your vegetables. That's going to be more of the same thing as your protein, right? It has a thermic effect of about 5 to 10% or something like that. So whenever you start eating more complex foods, you know, those peppers, that broccoli, all those different types of foods that are more complex and harder for your body to digest, well, then you're not really consuming as many calories as you think you are at that point, right? It's the same thing as your protein, and then also your vegetables are very, very low in calories. So you can eat so much of them and not really worry about overeating or anything like that, all right? Okay, so tip number 4 is gonna be eating quality foods. So shopping around the perimeter of the grocery store, even shopping at your local farmer's market, all those different places are gonna help you get the quality of food in your system. You know, you can probably still lose weight and get a little bit lean by eating processed foods, but you really want to stay away from them. A lot of it has to do with the inside in your system, all right? And then also the ingredients that goes into processed foods. It's a lot of extra sugar, and then, you know, there's preservatives and things like that as well. So stay on the outside of the grocery store, try not to go down the aisles, don't get anything that comes in a box or a can, and then also shop at your local farmer's market. Okay, tip number 5 is going to be portion size. So no matter what, calories in versus calories out, that's how it works on losing weight, getting lean, all those different things. So if you're eating too many calories, you know, your body is not outputting what you're inputting, you're going to gain weight. So you need to portion it out, and you need to, you know, use something like maybe your hands or something like that to portion your foods out at that point. You know, eat 3 times a day, 4 times a day. Use your hand, so the size of your palm basically for protein, 2 hands for vegetables, thumb size for fat, and then if you want to do stuff like rice or sweet potatoes, things like that, you can do maybe just another half a palm size or something like that, and you can have 3 times, maybe 4 times a day with those types of portion sizes, all right? You need to input less than what you're outputting. That's how it works. All right, tip number 6 is going to be limit the sugar intake. The leaner you get, the more sugar you can then have because your body is processing things a lot quicker. Your metabolism is a little bit quicker because you have more lean muscle, and muscle is an active tissue, so you're burning more calories at that point. But if you can't see your abs or anything like that just yet, you want to limit the amount of sugar that you take in. Try to do things that are only more natural sugars. So think sugar that comes in like fruit, like strawberries. That would be an okay thing to have. Carrots, stuff like that. You probably want to stay in that kind of range of sugar until you get leaner. All right. Once you get leaner, you have a little bit more. You can do things like honey. You can actually have some straight up, you know, candy, stuff like that. But you want to try and limit the amount of sugar you do have. After workouts, that's going to be the time to even eat those types of sugars, because then your body needs to refuel and re-regulate all the glycogen that's in there that you just depleted at that point. Okay, so tip number 7 is going to be mix up your workouts. Don't do the same thing every single day. Don't do chest and back and arms every single day, or even 4 times a week, whatever it is. Don't do it every single time. Your body will then adapt to what you're doing. As soon as your body adapts, this is where you're going, Once it adapts, boom, there you are. You're at a plateau, maybe you move up just a little bit, especially if you start increasing the weight, you'll move up just a little bit, but you're gonna need to change up your workouts. Your body will adapt to it, your body will know what you're kind of doing. The more you can change things up and you can challenge your body, the more gains you're gonna get, the faster you're gonna get gains. That's gonna be the biggest thing, is you're gonna get gains quicker that way. If you just stay one thing, chest, back, shoulders, all that stuff, every single time you go to the gym, your gain level is just going to be like this. Alright, so change up your workouts regularly. You can still do your chest, arms, back, stuff like that, but try to change it up. Alright, do some legs, and then also run. Running's not going to kill anything, it doesn't kill gains. I do it all the time, and I have not seen any decrease in anything I've done. Alright, so we are on tip number 8. Tip number 8 is going to be lift weights. Alright, if you're someone who's scared to lift weights because you're going to get bulky or something like that, good luck if you're not eating enough food anyway. So if you're not eating enough, you're not eating big to get big, that's actually pretty true. Alright, if you're not eating big, you're probably not going to get big. I've been lifting weights for 9, 10, 20 years, whatever it is. I've been lifting weights and I have not really gained any type of weight, alright? I've not gotten bulky, as you can see. I'm not super bulky, I'm just relatively lean. That's all I am, and I lift heavy often as well. Try to lift heavy weights often as well, because that's going to build more lean muscle, stronger muscle, but then also putting more muscle on your body is going to benefit you a lot. It's going to help you burn more calories and probably increase your BMR at that point as well, just because you have more active tissue on your body. Alright, so tip number 9 is going to be live a little. Alright, you don't have to be perfect all the time. If you go one meal each week, or something like that, the leaner you get, the more you can have just a little bit. But if you have one meal each week, one free meal or something like that, whatever it is, that's cookies and maybe a brownie or whatever you want to eat at that point, pizza, macaroni, all that stuff. Having that one meal, you're not going to lose your progress at that point. Alright. Fat is 3,500 calories, so you would have to eat your regular calorie intake and then over 3,500 more, alright, in order to gain 1 pound of fat. So if you can do that, kudos, but most people can't, so live a little, alright? That's going to help you stay on track for the long run. If you try to do a short diet plan that says cut everything all at once, and don't eat whatever all at once, chances are you're not going to be able to follow it all the way through, alright? So give yourself some rewards, give yourself a little bit, and live a little bit, alright? Okay, tip number 10 is stay consistent. So I know in tip number 9, I said live a little, every now and then have something, that's still totally fine, but you do need to stay consistent throughout the rest of the week, alright? Throughout the rest of everything. If you're not consistent, then you won't succeed, alright? No one goes to the office and works 3 out of the 5 days that they need to and becomes super successful. Maybe a couple people, but majority, no, it doesn't happen. So stay consistent, it goes through everything you do in life, alright? So stay consistent, that's where you're gonna see success. Most diet plans are successful, and the reason why they are is because people stay consistent. The more consistent you stay, the better off you're going to be. Whenever you do a strength program, the more consistent you do it, the more strength gains you're going to get. You can't do something for once every 3 weeks and expect to get major gains out of that. Alright, so you got to stay consistent. Alright, so the last tip I have for you today, tip number 11, is going to be don't overcomplicate this stuff. Alright? Nutrition and working out and being healthy, getting fit, all that stuff, it's not as complicated as what people make it out to be, and you don't have to overcomplicate it. I have 2 programs that show you exactly that. I have a lifestyle diet plan, it's basically a nutrition plan teaching you how to match food and nutrition and all that stuff to your lifestyle in the easiest way possible. And then also a workout program along with a nutrition program that does that, plus gives you a path, a clear path, and tells you exactly what to do and how to do it. And it's not something that's super complicated at that point, all right? None of this stuff is really complicated. If you go day in life with me, you'll see how easy things are, all right? Most people try to make it too complicated. Other trainers say they have found a hack, or they cracked the code, or whatever it is. There is no code that people have cracked, all right? Nutrition's been here for years, decades, all that for a very long time. Same thing with working out. There's just better ways to do it, but it's not as complicated as what people make it out to be. So don't overcomplicate things. Keep it simple, and you'll be successful. Alright, so those are the 11 tips I have for you today. 11 tips on how to get lean muscle, alright? Follow those tips, don't overcomplicate them, just take it one step at a time. And then also, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe down below. That way you don't miss out on anything, so hit that notification ding as well. That way whenever I release another video, you'll be able to see what it is. I do workouts, exercises, and I'm starting to do more tips and things like that to help people progress in their fitness.